And I think this will be really interesting, whether you're someone who's really into metaphysics or, you're just kind of starting out and interested in this kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fascinating area to explore.
Yeah, and we're going to be talking about all sorts of different practitioners and all the different ways that they kind of approach this idea of being a light worker.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that's really interesting about this topic is that it kind of gets at this like core human desire to find meaning and,
Huh?
like find ways to make a positive impact on the world.
Yeah, totally. And that's kind of like at the heart of what a light worker is,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. I mean, the name itself kind of gives it away. It's all
Right.
about bringing light and healing and, positive change to the
Yeah.
world.
Okay, so for our listeners who maybe haven't heard this term before,
Yeah.
how would you describe like what exactly is a light worker?
Well, it's not really about fitting into like a specific box or anything.
Right.
It's more about anyone who uses their spiritual gifts and practices to make the world a better place.
Okay.
And that can look like a lot of different things.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, we're talking about mediums who communicate with spirit, intuitives who, have these heightened senses,
Mm-hmm.
past life regression hypnotherapists who can help you explore your soul's journey.
Wow. That's amazing.
And then you have energy healers working with like the subtle energy fields around the body.
I mean, you're just saying these things out loud and it's like, oh my gosh, this is incredible.
Right?
So we did a bunch of research for this deep dive and like
Yeah.
some of the stories we came across are just mind-blowing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like there was this one account of a medium
Mhm.
who helped a grieving family connect with their loved one who had passed. And, they had all these unanswered questions. And through the medium, they were able to get some closure and find some peace.
It's incredible how these practices can provide comfort and guidance.
Yeah, especially during those like, times of grief and uncertainty.
Absolutely. And it's not just about, dealing with loss or anything like that. I mean, we also found this case study about an energy healer
Yeah.
who was using Reiki to help people with chronic pain.
Oh, wow.
And there was this patient who had been suffering for years.
Oh, gosh.
And through these Reiki sessions, they found like significant relief.
That's so amazing.
It really shows you how these practices can have a real impact on people's well-being.
Yeah, it's like it's not just some like, esoteric concept. It's like real people experiencing real benefits.
Exactly.
So I'm curious, like, why do you think there's this like growing interest in all this stuff? Like, why are people so drawn to these alternative healing and spiritual practices these days?
Well, I think it's a combination of things. Some people are becoming disillusioned with traditional healthcare, looking for something more holistic, and then others are just yearning for something more.
Yeah,
Something deeper than just like the material world.
totally. Yeah, like a sense of purpose or meaning.
Exactly. And then there are those who are just fascinated by the mysteries of consciousness.
Yeah, and like what lies beyond our everyday perception.
Right. Like, is there more to life than what we can see and touch?
It really makes you wonder,
It does.
what if we all have like this untapped spiritual potential?
Mm.
Like, what if we're all capable of connecting with something greater than ourselves?
It's a beautiful thought.
It is.
And maybe this deep dive has sparked something in you.
Yeah.
Maybe it's piqued your curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you'll even feel inspired to explore your own spiritual path.
Or even if you don't want to go that far, maybe it's just like opened your mind a little bit.
Right. To all the different ways that people find healing and connection.
Really.
There's a whole world out there waiting to be discovered.
Yeah. And sometimes all it takes is that first step.
Absolutely.
So beautifully said.
Yeah.
And on that note, until next time.
Yeah.
Keep shining your light.
Keep shining.